It's the week before Christmas for those of us who celebrate it. What are the energies like? Well, I'm glad you asked because that's what I'm covering in this week's Mainly Moonology podcast. This week, I am so excited to welcome to the show someone whose work I have known about for years and years and years, and you probably do too, Diana Cooper. In fact, before we started, Diana and I were talking about one of her oldest books, which has actually since been revamped since the version I'm holding up. If you're watching on Facebook or if you're listening on the podcast, it's called A Little Light on Spiritual Laws. And I'll just read you, in case you haven't heard of Diana, I will tell you all about it from the back cover of this book. It's probably changed a bit since then, but Diana Cooper is a therapist, healer, and international author of several books, including Light Up Your Life and A Little Light on Angels. In fact, Diana, I think, is best known for her work with angels. Would that be fair to say, Diana?
I think it used to be fair to say, yes.
Right, and now?
With Atlantis, the unicorns, dragons, and now, of course, my latest book, The Golden Future, which is absolutely awesome because it's so full of inspiration and hope and telling us what we are going towards. And that's and for many people, that's really exciting to know. You know, people say to me, well, what world we're leaving for our children and grandchildren? And I say, absolutely no. We are heading to a much higher frequency, to a beautiful golden world. There is literally a golden future awaiting your children and grandchildren. So in the book, I describe the history of how we reached it, what we're going through right now in this period of turmoil as we change from the old energy and we're moving towards the new. And then in the book, I also describe what exactly it's going to be like, which of course is fabulous, because we'll be living in the fifth dimension with our hearts open. People will automatically be connecting with their soul families so that they'll feel full of love and connected heart to heart. And that means that all family life will be very different. Not only that, people will be doing what their heart wants to do, so what gives them soul satisfaction. And this means that people will be contented. In the fifth dimension, of course, we won't be striving and racing to get ahead because we'll be contented. It's a completely different energy that will surround us, literally a golden energy. So
amazing.
People will be feeling much, much happier. It's going to be the first time since the fall of Atlantis that people have felt true contentment, true happiness, and true love. So it's going to mean a very different way of life. Also, of course, new spiritual technology is going to mean that our way of life is much, much easier, because we've had technology in the past, but it hasn't been spiritual technology. So the internet, yes, very helpful on so many levels, but the frequency of it has meant that there's lots of lower energy stuff in it. When the internet goes out at that frequency rather than that frequency, then of course it's full of new information, excitement, with none of this old stuff in it. This means that people are going to feel relaxed and trusting. As we open up to the new, more and more people will be able to see auras, will feel energies, will know what's going on. Now, if you know that everybody can see what's going on for you, you're not going to tell lies. You're not going to steal something. You're not going to do anything dishonest. So there will be a total sense of honesty and trust. And this means that the whole feeling of the golden future is going to be one of calm and happiness. Peace will be able to come in. It's literally going to change the way we feel and operate in the world. And of course, as we know already, the new children are coming in. Now, the new children are coming in already with their 12 strands of DNA connected. The problem has been that they are surrounded by families and energies all around that are too low for them to be able to activate them. So that's when they they present with something like autism or another syndrome that they're not able to actually express who they are fully. And this will all change because the frequency will support the new children coming in, the new ideas coming in. And people who've had awful humdrum jobs where they felt discontented will go, wow, wonder that they ever did that in the past, because the new is so amazing and so different. You know, in the fifth dimension, as you know, we have abundance consciousness. When there is abundance consciousness, or you have it, then all that you desire is automatically provided for you. So if you need a meal, it appears for you. If you need transport to go somewhere, you open your front door and a car awaits you. This means, of course, everybody doesn't have to have a car. You don't have to own anything, because what you need is there for you in a perfect way. And so it is a very wonderful new way that we are moving towards. And in the third part of the Golden Future book, I talk about the different energy centers, and we go through the lessons in each energy center. And as you read about it, I didn't find this out until after I'd finished the book. Then the angels told me that as anybody reads or listens to the Audible, their angel will be with them, helping them to absorb the lesson in that chamber. So they will automatically, by reading them, raise their frequency. And when I heard that, I thought how magical it is what is happening in the world now. How much help there is for us, leading us forward. And in the last section, I give some advanced methods of raising your frequency. So it's... you
want to just give us an example of one?
Well, just one is about the triple ascension flames. So there are ascension flames, and when you have three together, then the energy is very, very much amplified, probably tenfold. So this is the last section. There are ones for love, for example. And so there are three flames for love. When you bring them in together, Mother Mary's flame of compassionate healing. Just imagine that. And that's blue with a golden center. Archangel Raphael's healing flame. Now that is emerald green. And the flame of divine healing carried by Jesus, and that's gold, pink, and white. And when those flames are put over you by the masters themselves or the angels, then that energy really, really shifts something in you. And so I'm just very excited that there are all these things coming forward to help us now.
So with the flames, you just imagine them? Is that what you do? You ask your angels and guides to bring them into you?
Yeah. You make sure you're grounded and you just sit there very quiet.
Can we do it now? Can we do it now?
You want to do the love one. Okay. First of all, we bring in the flame for personal, unconditional love. So we've got Lady Nada, Pallas Athena, and Lady Venus. They're all high priestesses at the pinnacle of gold in Atlantis. And they're all now illumined masters, and they all carry a different flame of love. So Lady Nada is the twin flame of Sananda, who's the higher self of Jesus. And Nada means nothing because she has no ego whatsoever. And her ascension flame is brilliant white pink, contains codes of ancient healing and wisdom. So just ask Lady Nada to stand in front of you with her white pink flame of pure love and to place it right in your heart, and just sense that glorious flame in your heart. Breathe into it. Just feel it. And what it's doing is expanding your capacity to love with wisdom. And now Pallas Athena is in front of you. She's holding up her shimmering blue-pink flame, and this enables the frequency of your heart chakra to rise. It opens your heart wider, and so Pallas Athena is bringing that beautiful, shimmering blue-pink flame right into you, expanding you. And now Lady Venus stands in front of you and looks into your eyes. She's holding the bright pink ascension flame of love with harmony, and she now places that bright pink flame of love with harmony into your heart. You just sense these triple flames working in your heart center, transforming it. Then imagine that flame reaching out and touching other people around you. Even imagine that flame reaching up, becoming enormous, and surrounding our planet. Reaches right out to the cosmic heart, Venus. And as it does so, you receive a download of source love. Just accept it. And know that it's touching every cell of your body with love. Then smile. Open your eyes and know that we live in an amazing world.
Well, we didn't plan that, but that was amazing, Diana. Thank you.
Well, they are amazing. They're all amazing. And I do them from time to time. But right now, I'm very focused on, I've got an event coming up soon on the 22nd of October, which is an important date, because there is a portal of energy coming in between the 22nd of October and the 11th of November. And that time is about raising the frequency of the planet. So on the 22nd of October, I'm doing an event which is being live streamed around the world, and that is to raise the frequency of the entire world. And I was given a meditation 6 months ago to enable people to merge with their monad, their I am, their original divine spark, the actual blueprint of who they truly are. And when I was given that meditation, I was told that I must do it every single day. And I have, without fail, even if I've had to get up at 4 a.m, done it every day. And it has changed. It constantly changes. And so I will explain about it, but the day starts with a meditation to raise the frequency of your third eye, because the third eye chakra of the planet is Afghanistan, and it reflects the third eyes of humanity. So as we raise the frequency of the third eye chakra, and enough people do it, it changes what's happening in Afghanistan. As soon as we have peace and cooperation in the planet, then the amethyst skull of Atlantis, which is currently held etherically under the Sphinx, will start to radiate its light. That is going to bring online all the crystals. So everyone that's ever held a crystal and put love into it, or done a ceremony and put energy into a crystal, all those crystals are going to come online and start radiating the light. Can you imagine it? This then is going to start to open a portal in China, in the mountains of China, which holds pure white energy, and that is pure divine love energy. That's going to start radiating around the planet, opening the higher heart of the masses and touching us in ways that we can't currently comprehend. And so on the day, we're going to go through the 7 levels of the third eye and open them so that our third eye for a moment becomes a crystal ball. And AJ Roberts is going to come in there. He is a high priest of Jupiter. Jupiter is the third eye of the cosmos, and he is going to anchor that energy into the planet so that abundant consciousness can come into Earth. Because, of course, one of the facets of the third eye is abundance consciousness. When people are abundant, they are at peace. And so this is going to have an ongoing effect. So that is the start. Then Adrian Lee is doing a major Akashic clearance for everybody. He's a high priest of Andromeda, and he carries the perfect energy to touch everybody to do this. And then we are going to do the monadic merge meditation in the afternoon, which is awesome, as I say. 5 as a great illumined masters are coming in to give us different energies. For example, El Moira, who is the Manu of the future, he holds all the keys and codes of the 5th dimensional human of the golden future with the 12 strands of DNA, not only in place but active. And if people give permission, he will actually step into your body and transfer the codes and keys. And when he does that with me, it's awesome. Saint Germain is coming in, Merlin, Paul the Venetian with the Flame of Freedom, and Lord Vuslu, who was the highest frequency high priest in Atlantis. And he was the one who carried in the keys and codes to enable Atlantis to jump into the golden era. He is back again working with us now, and he is going to work with us.
So how do people sign up for this event?
Well, they go to my website and they can sign up there either for the whole day online, because the live event in Portugal has been fully booked up for weeks. But they can sign in either for the whole day or just for the monadic merge meditation. I mean, that is only just the very beginning we've touched on. Anyone can go to my website to the events and they will find the information to sign up. And what we suggest is that people invite their friends around, sign up, and join in together and raise their frequency together, because this is not just for our own individual ascension, which of course it will affect dramatically, but it's also to help the planet. And the aim is to literally raise the frequency of the planet. Because when we've connected with the masters, we then invite in 12 archangels. They are each of them awakening different high frequency 5th dimensional qualities within us to prepare us for our monadic merge. And that is truly awesome. And when we are then in an archangel ball of energy, they've lit up those qualities, we are then ready to connect from the heart to the planets, to the cosmos, and download light codes, specific light codes in different color frequencies from the planet right into us. And the key to unlocking the energies within the planets is love. So we go in at a high frequency and unlock those energies with love. We bring down those energies into us, and they, of course, shift us enormously. During that time, and this again is planetary service as well as for humanity, we are bringing in all together, going up and accessing the 11th dimensional energy from Helios, which is the great central sun, and we are anchoring or bringing in that energy. Now, 2,000 years ago, Jesus incarnated, he accessed the energy of the Christ light and he anchored it into the planet. This time, the frequency of the planet shifted. We have been asked to all together go up and access the 11th dimensional energy from Helios, bring it down, and Tim Wilde, who is a high priest of Arcturus, is going to anchor that energy into the planet for all of us. We are also going up to Andromeda, which is the 11th dimensional higher heart, and bring in awesome higher heart energies in the same way. We unlock them and release the energies with the love that we have created. And That is going to be anchored into the planet by Adrian Lee, who is a high priest of Andromeda, and then to Lyra. Now, Lyra is the unicorn kingdom. Beyond the stargate of Lyra is all the unicorn energy. And so the pure love that we are collectively taking up there enables the stargate to open, and we are going into the pure white energy. Now, that contains all the qualities that we need for our monadic merge. So we're bringing that energy down, and that is, or unlocking it, and that energy is being anchored into the planet by Mia Kafkios. And she had to have special permission from the Intergalactic Council to anchor the energy for this lifetime, as her mission for this lifetime. So that is also completely amazing. And when we brought in all these energies, we then open ourselves up and we pass them into Earth. Now, Earth has a golden energy. It's wisdom. That's what the codes that she carries for this universe. And we are then going to bring in the higher cosmic energies and change them to golden white, a higher frequency. This will then spread around the planet until Earth pulses out golden white. And this is our cosmic service work. It then enables Earth to rise in dimension and take her rightful place in the universe. And when we have done that, and we have brought that golden white energy plus all the cosmic energies, the angel energies, and the masters into ourselves, we are ready to merge with our monad. Now, when I first started this journey 6 months ago, I used to have to knock on the door and ask for entry. And then the door would open, and then a couple of weeks later, they'd open it already and invite me in. And now I just go up and I'm merged automatically. And one of the reasons I've gone through this 6 months of preparation is so that people will be ready. And various teachers of the Diana Cooper School have been doing it too. We can all just go in and merge. But then something awesome is going to happen. After we've all merged with our monads, and we are then able to be our original divine blueprint, then all the monads are going to move in the universe and merge together. At that point, the light created is so vast that it's going to illuminate the entire universe. Now, this is why Archangel Metatron tells us that this is the most important event since the cosmic moment. It has significant happening consequences. Then the next part is that we go to the Intergalactic Council to make petitions. And what's very interesting, the first petition is for, and this was given to me by Source because I had some other petitions, and my guide said to me, well, I recorded it, the whole meditation, and I was very pleased with it. It had taken me 3 attempts because it's quite long, and dogs barked, all sorts of other things happened, and I recorded it and thought, okay, I'll deal with it tomorrow. I'm too tired now. Went to my laptop next morning, gone. And I knew I'd saved it. So I said, okay, you've taken it off, haven't you, Kim Carr? He said, yes. I said, why? He said, because the energy is now so high that I took it to Source to be checked. And here is the awesome thing, Yasmin. Words, single words were changed. There's one paragraph, literally changed the energy of it. I could feel it had raised the frequency of it. And just words here and there that he said, no, the energy has to be that. It was extraordinary. Anyway, I redid it and it felt very much higher again. So Source wanted the very first, the most important petition to be for the purification of the planet, clean air, clean water, clear soil to be returned. And then the second petition is for wise leadership to step forward third one is very interesting. I asked Serapis Bey, this was nothing to do with that meditation. I asked Serapis Bey if he would put...
Who's an ascended master, for people who don't know.
Who is one of the great illumined ones. I asked him if he would put the pure white flame of Atlantis over the whole planet. Now, the pure white flame of Atlantis is the most powerful way of dissolving lower frequencies and illuminating them and raising the energy. And it's more powerful than people have got any concept of. And I asked him if he would do this, and he said, I can't say that without permission, because this would affect the universe. And so he said, you'd have to ask the Intergalactic Council. So the next day in meditation, I went to the Intergalactic Council and I asked them if Serapis Bey could put the pure white flame of Atlantis over the whole planet. And they said, well, we'd have to consult. We'd have to talk to the councils of other planets because this will affect the universe. Come back tomorrow. So I went back next day and they said, yes, we've had the consultations and we agree. On one condition, that when people have merged with their monads, everyone together comes and asks us, and you collectively present that petition. So as we know, at higher realms, the time is all one. And so it's already starting to happen. But Serapis Bey is placing the pure white flame of Atlantis over the entire planet. And that will shift and dissolve and light up the lower energies by at least 25%. And it's already more, just with the energy that various people have put into it. So that is something to me that is absolutely awesome. And so the 22nd of October is an incredible time to make a shift for ourselves and for the planet. And I was very concerned because people in Australia and India and all sorts of places want to be part of it. And Metatron says that he will coordinate the energies so that if anybody does it, the meditation emerges with their monad in that 3-week period between the 22nd of October and the 11th of November, he will coordinate it so that that energy is added to the planetary shift. And that if they do it after that date, it will just be for their own personal ascension. So to me, that is amazing. And I know in a lot of countries, they are recording it and they're putting it out during the following few days in their language so that people can understand it.
Brilliant, yeah. So can I ask you, please, Diana, with the spiritual technology you said that we're going to have in the future, so what would be an example of spiritual technology?
One example, for example, would be the new power that we have. At the moment, we're reliant on electricity and gas and things like that. But we will be using eco-power from pyramids, from the tides, in a way beyond any little thing that we're doing now. We'll be using lightning, thunder, all sorts of weather. We'll even be using energy from plants in ways that we currently can't conceive of. So quite often I write in the Golden Future book, and this will be in a way that we can't currently conceive. We just have to hold the vision and know this.
Right. And when are we talking? Is it 2032 or before or after?
The very start of the new golden age, when the new energy comes in fully and Earth slips into the 5th dimension, is 2032. And
how long have we known that?
The answer is forever. It's been set in stone because Atlantis lasted for 260,000 years. That ended in 2012. So the 260,000 year cosmic era, or 10 cosmic eras, ended in 2012. And then all the universes, I mean, not just this planet, not just this universe, but all the universes have 20 years to rise up into the next dimension. So this is a total shift for everywhere. The reason it's been so difficult for Earth is because we agreed to the experiment of free will, we were behindhand. So we were in a fourth dimensional universe moving into the fifth dimension. Earth was third dimensional, having to move into the fifth dimension. This is why we've had so much help from the universe. The second reason Earth is behind is because Earth is the solar plexus of the universe. Now, in your solar plexus, that's where we process a lot of stuff. It's where we take in fear and where we bring forward wisdom. Because of this, Earth has taken in the fear of the universe. And we've had to transmute that as well as having free will. So we were way behind. And so we're now in this incredible period of catching up. I relate this period now. The analogy to me is you're having a new kitchen put into your house. And there is a point where all the old cupboards have been knocked out. There's dust and dirt everywhere. And you think, oh my goodness, why am I going through this? Not only that, we're also having the walls extended and a bigger kitchen built. So it's a major operation, but we hang on to the vision of the glorious new kitchen that's coming in. And that's what gets us through it. And this is one of the reasons I really want the Golden Future book to do its work, because if people hold that vision, it makes it easier for everybody and quicker for everybody to get there too.
Yeah.
And I believe that this event in Portugal is going to make the whole process that little bit easier for everybody.
So one thing, I'm pretty sure it was Edgar Cayce who said what happened in Atlantis was that our technology outstripped our ethics. Have you heard this?
I haven't. I don't tend to read other people's stuff. My understanding about Atlantis was that it was this absolutely amazing time when everybody was a very high frequency. They were all fifth dimensional. And that enabled incredible technology to be downloaded to them. And that was used very ethically for a time. Then after 1,500 years, one of the very powerful magi thought, I could use this power for myself. When that happened, Dark Angel came in, and it very, very quickly degenerated. Very quickly, shockingly quickly, considering how wonderful it had been. So I'm sure that's absolutely right. They had extraordinary powers.
Yeah. So when ChatGPT emerged, it really made me think of this idea of our technology outstripping our ethics. What do you think about that? Because obviously you're saying, no, it's all going fine, it's a golden future.
I don't know anything about it. I tend to live in a golden bubble. I like to maintain my frequency so that I can hold this vision and spread that vision. And I don't know anything much about a lot of the other things that go on. I hear about them from time to time. But my aim is to give absolutely no energy to anything outside it, because as you know, if we give something energy, it grows. If we give the amazing golden future energy, then we'll bring it forward very quickly.
Right. So we launched into this before I even really had a chance to tell people. So do you want to just hold that book up again for people?
Yes, I'm always pleased to do that.
It's The Golden Future by Diana Cooper. And I have a little, when's it out? It's not out yet, is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's already out. Okay.
It's just out.
All right. It's just out. Okay. I have the urge to ask you to open to a random page and read something. I know we already did a whole meditation, but just a random page.
In the golden future, soil will be restored to nutritional richness, and fruit and vegetables will all be organically grown and filled with vitality. This will dramatically improve health. Drinking water will be pure and charged with crystal power.
Well, let's hope so, especially those countries where they don't have clean drinking water at the moment. Okay, well, that's amazing, Diana. Thank you. So, everybody, so if there was one book to, I know we're talking about the golden future, but in terms of all the things like Lady Venus and Lady Nada and Flames and all that, if there's one book that people should read that you've already written that covers all that, those, the basics of it, is there one in particular?
Goodness me, I've written 34 books. This is number 34. Wow. Yeah, so it's a bit difficult to choose one. Always, the latest book is the one where my energy is. That's the one I love, and that's what the message I'm giving out at that time. I mean, there have been lots. There's New Light on Ascension. That's quite old, which is what you're talking about, some of the masters and things. Of course, there's books about angels and books about unicorns and dragons and many, many things.
But all right, well, maybe it's just easy. Start with the golden future and work backwards.
Okay.
All right, so Diana, where do people find you? DianaCooper. Is it .co.uk or .com?
.com.
So DianaCooper.com, and I guess you're on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, and you've got your book, and you're going to be live in Portugal on October the 22nd. Anything else you'd like
around the world?
Live streaming around the world. Any thoughts you'd like to leave us with today?
Remember that the future is going to be amazing. You can do your part to add to that energy.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much.
I can do that.
Thank you, Diana. That was so wonderful.
Thank you, Yasmin.
And thank you again for the beautiful meditation you did for us as well.